Hello, Travis here, and welcome back to another episode of Factorio Space Age. In the last episode, we set up we finished securing this a good chunk of our southern perimeter with by creating an ammo and repair pack train, and set up the logistics needed to set that up. My next episode, today's episode would have been focused on on this train, partly on utilizing this train right here. But as I off camera, as I was setting up this other segment of wall, I was thinking, I was thinking about ways of how I can prevent wasteful ammo consumption. And one of the ways is, of course, controlling the amount of ammo reserves each station has, which got me thinking, how can I so far, and here's the thing. Our rail network, it's pretty good. But let me tell you, it could be better. There's always room for. I making this a four-way intersection and the freeway would certainly take out a track. And I could do that, but there's ways I can make that better for elevated rails. And most important, there is ways you can make train logistics even more smarter than go to station, go to station, repeat at. So therefore, I did a bit of tinkering. But in order to kind of explain how, let me show you, as soon as the ammo train gets back from research station. Let me take us on a ride, and maybe you can understand see ways we can improve on this network apart from signaling, which I still have to do. See if we can so yeah, this is going to be a bit of a shorter episode, but the implications it has is certainly a thing. Alright, so we're at the station. We got some more fuel, and here we go. Back out again. Speed boost from braking force and rocket and solid fuel certainly make this a pretty fast. And we're back. Let's go back to the just to in case you noticed something. All right, I'll give you a moment to kind of think of it. You can pause here and kind of understand what I'm trying to highlight. And as soon as I get back, I'll explain what I noticed, what you might have noticed that I. All right, if you didn't notice, um, This train isn't really doing much right now. The only thing it's doing is circulating on the track. In any other situation, in most rudimentary cases, this is not a huge deal. But keep in mind, it's using on fuel that we have, it's burning fuel that we're making, and that fuel is contributing nothing to the factory. It is being consumed for no practical purpose. So how do we consume this fuel only when we need it? And lo and behold, let me talk about a concept called the circuit network, which, not these circuits, it's going to be these buttons around here, these green wires and red wires. This is called it's called the circuit network, and it's a technology that I unlocked at some point. I probably didn't say anything about it because, or I said basically minimal about just that I unlocked it. If I can find it. Circuit network. Gives you better control over your machines by interconnecting them with wires and making them react to signals. Now, there's also a tutorial segment on the circuit. It's not the right one. Where is it? Actually, no, this is the right one. Circuit network is a system that allows transfer of information between machines. Connect the circuit network using the red and green wire. Notice the red and green wire isn't an item. It doesn't consume any resources. You don't have to make these wires. And what are these wires carrying? To carry information. If you know anything about computer programming, programs at the root cause, excluding like text and strings, at the root base, we're all about dealing with numbers, assigning numbers, modifying numbers, outputting numbers. It's basically what the circuit network is at its fundamental. We're transferring information from one place to another in order to use it. Of course, it also says it allows it's not required cheating, but at a high level, circuit networks are very cool. They can do a lot of things, and one of these things is if we enable this. Might notice that the station changed this. So what did what's the train now? Now that I've clicked that button, what will the train do now? Alright, it's reaching its inactivity point. It tries to go to Ving, but it's now. That's interesting. What is it doing? The train is sleeping on the job. Well, that's because it's attempting to path to certain Predator resupply. I do have 2 stations, and yes, you can have stations of the same name, and there's a at large scale, this is a very critical thing to understand. There's two things. This station is blue and this station is red. What does this mean? Well, the red means it's disabled. It's disabled by the circuit network, and I'll explain what that's doing. This one is different. Technically, it's not disabled by the network, but it has a train limit of 0. Therefore, no trains can come to it. This train, it's not. This isn't a pathing issue. It can get to either of these stations under any other circumstance. But because this train station is accepting no trains, and this station is disabled by the thing that I've just talked about, it's just gonna chill there. And that's one thing to know, because while we're sitting here, the idling trains don't consume fuel. They're not that's one of the Factorio isn't purely realistic. I hope it didn't take you this long to realize that Factorio isn't ultra realistic. But so why is the train? How is the station? It's for this combinator. Combinators are basically. I'm going to go back to my programming content. In programming, there are in a lot of languages, probably not all of them, but there's a thing called a function. It basically, what the function does is takes its input variables and basically takes stuff, modifies it, and then outputs it, and then it's called whenever it's needed. Maybe it's a bad example, and I maybe explained it improperly. But a combinator basically is, and there's a lot of combinators. There's 4 different combinators: arithmetic combinator, decider combinator, selector combinator, and a constant combinator. In fact, there might actually be. Actually, they all do the thing. Arithmetic combinator is pretty self-explanatory. It takes signals and it does a mathematic operation on them. Decider combinator is a logic thing. Basically, outputs a signal if the input signals are meet the criteria to make it true. Selector combinators are fairly complicated, and it's a I'm not. I'll be honest. I'm not. It does a. It's a fair. The sorting operation on certain network signals. What that means, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not going to say that I know or don't know what this does. So I'm just going to leave it at that. And the constant combinator, as you might expect, outputs a constant signal, so it's always going to put out a signal. And there's some tools that we can use to manipulate and whatnot. So what am I doing? And keep in mind, circuits don't have you don't need combinators to use circuits. You might have noticed this in the background if I ever wandered over here. But might notice this pump in this. what this pump is doing. Basically, I have a green wire from this going from the storage tank to this pump, and you can it allows you to connect signals together, and I'll queue up a science thing just so. So so basically, if the light oil in this tank goes above 12,000, turn on this pump, which diverts excess light oil into petroleum gas. That's this is one of the probably the if you're ever going to do circuits, if at the lowest level, this is probably what most average player is going to use the circuit network for. Basically, which is to keep oil cracking. However, let's take it one step further. How do we not tell a train to go to the station by when we have them? First of all, we have a wire connected to the belt, and we read the belt context, and we can select all belts along the line. This allows and this will go all the way out here with the this little yellow bracket around the belt. It kind of indicates as such. And then we have it connected to this wire. Circuit wires cannot not only go from oh what. Oh god damn it. I know this is probably against the spirit, but I don't have time to deal with that right now. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. So we take the signals from the thing and we send it to this power pole, and we can connect a wire through like that, and we can also do a red wire like that. Notice we can also and by disconnect, we can just undo. We can also do the same with in case you really care about that. I was using an infrared camera, but then as I was saying yo to my buddies, yo, I know how to use circuit networks. They were like, you can just add circuit the combination of parts together just by it's in this implicit wire addition. So we're taking this green wire. The green wire has signal containing the content, the amount of all items on the belt, which are about 1,600 in total across these two belts. The green wire is going to this inserter, which is saying only put stuff on the belt if there's 900 magazines on the belt. Bad biters. Can you please let me talk before you gnaw my base to death? Thank you. Anyway, so you might also notice that we also are controlling the circuit network right here. This inserter is only going to take stuff off the train into this chest here if there's less than 600 magazines in this thing. Additionally, this will only put repair packs into this chest if there's less than 100. Since both of these are meet or exceed the value, we go into this thing. If we have, here we have our input signals. If we have 600 or more ran ammo and 100 or more repair packs, and then send a constant signal of 1 to this particular apping, which this signal can be literally anything actually, and there's a lot of I really do mean a lot of so what are we doing with the signal? Enable the station if our God, is it the same? Can I have peace for 5 minutes? Thank you. Damn biters. So if the do not request a train signal is 0, request a train. Otherwise, we're going to quickly, briefly and also disable the train limit over there, and hopefully get over there just before the biters attempt to chew for my hopefully we can get over there in time. Otherwise I'm just gonna whatever. I'm gonna enable my other station just so I can get over there. If you couldn't follow this, I will go ahead and build precisely what I just talked about in the last 20 minutes. And you can see this is the signals in action. Train is going to go this way instead because over here to where we have our hopefully I can get over. I'm sorry if the real save's coming for being. I would have let them chew for my partial base defense, but like the beeping was really annoying. Maybe that's a sign that I should Alright, biters. Are you going to attack me now? Or are you going to do nothing because I'm now watching you? Well, while we wait, are you going to do it, biters? Are you going to be... Are you going to... Alright, I guess I'm not going to entertain the stupid biters. If they attack and I miss it, whatever. There'll be more attacks where that came from. And in case you're wondering why they're attacking, it's life circulating a biter expansion from one of these nets trying to go over here, but because they have a wall, they have to go through it. Fortunately, our gun turrets, which are like our close defense, don't have ammo, which is why they were so casually able to waltz into our base and start chewing on our walls and outside flamethrower range, which all I'll fix it. That actually is a good way to stress test our system. Yeah, they're just, of course the biters are going to be that kind of So we're going to start by building our I'm going to filter this for pair packs. Filter this for... Actually, we're going to reverse them around. We're going to make this the repair packs. We're going to build. We're not going to so now we have everything. All I don't have reports or my roboport network out, but I'll do that off camera. So first we're going to enable this if if we have more than 100 repair. Oh. If there's less than 100 repair packs, put it in there. Each gun turret takes 10 ammo, so I'm going to have reserve ammo of about, and there's about 50 gun turrets on this wall segment. So we're going to take enable disable if, and we're going to read belt contents, hold all belts, so that way we are taking into account every belt on this line. And if there is less than 500 ammo on the belt, enable this inserter. Alright. We're gonna wait for the train is back. And as you can see, it's doing its thing. And while we're doing that, let's place down our Combinators do require power, so keep this in mind if you're of course, the biters are not. Of course, now that I came over here, the biters are not going to do anything. They're just whatever. It's starting to think. Of course, it's gonna be firing less often because there's about our. Alright, now that the. Alright, we're going to link this into our Combinator. Alright, so now that we. Alright. In fact, I'm going to green wire because the green wires are taking into account everything. Oh, that's because I forgot to limit. trains coming out because the station is still enabled. It's probably not going to do much. Train get him here. Hello, train. Goodbye, train. Alright. So now we have 800 ammo on the red signal and 100 repair packs on the green. It doesn't matter. I was just it doesn't. They both can be on the same color wire, and this won't matter. So we're going to if is greater or equal to 500, and if repair packs are greater than equal to 100, we are going to send a signal. We're going to send the do not. We're not going to. We're going to send the do not send a train signal to the station. And the train's going to come back. We're going to enable. So we're going to ride our way back just a few. Oh, huh. Interesting. This station's now red. And like that, we now have a station to disabled. Like that. And so therefore these since these walls are not now not being attacked, there's enough ammo for and I'll probably make a tiny adjustment to this just so we just so we have enough just want to make sure there's enough. That's about here. going to do. And now that we increase the train will be dispatched. Another reason why I'm thinking just making sure that there's enough ammo on the belt, and I'll have to once we get some attacks going over here, because we'll definitely get some attacks once we start pumping oil. I want to make sure there's always reserve ammo that gun turrets can pull from. We're at the belts. All of another addition, a benefit of not thing is that if we're not frivolously requesting ammo to our perimeter defenses, we're not frivolously making ammo. So therefore, we can save resources meant for making science. And that's where I'm going to leave us. Honestly, this is a bit. I noticed I was going to do a bit of talk about building oil trains today, but this idea just came out of the blue as I was setting up for that episode. And honestly, I think this is gonna be a pretty. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you did, leave a like. If you have any questions or concerns about the circuit network, I'll try my best to answer them. I probably won't be able to answer every question about circuits, but if I have an idea of how to answer that, I will. But do leave comments if you anyways, and if you want to see more Factorio Space Age, subscribe, and I will see you next time.